Hey Chief, Mr. Collaborator here, sitting on the ground in Perth, and I've got the bus coming up for some reason, even though there's a door right there for the passengers to come directly out of the terminal, but that's GSX, what can you do? This is the Quality Wings RJ100 in Cobham livery. We'll be flying this thing out of Perth over to the goldfields out near Leonora. We're actually going to Murrin Murrin mine. Just noticed that this thing wants us to update active sky. Let's not do that, and instead just run it. Meanwhile, I'm going to jump on board. We're already on APU power. And we're going to look at our flight plan here. Also got this thing, we need a, what's it, checklist. No, I don't want to update now. There we go. Cool. We've got ourselves checklist, flight deck safety. We can assume it's done, but bat switch is on. Bus tyres are auto, standby inverter is armed, standby generator is armed, gens 1 and 4 are currently on, going off. APU is on, and yaw down from Marston 2 is on, FGC is set for 1, so switch all the way up there. AP Master 1 and 2 are on, avionics is on. Okay, ignition is set A. Oh no, that's set to B. Cool. Set it over to A. Skid switch is on, auto spoilers are up. And lift spoilers are, yep, they're all good. Nav lights. On, along with the beacon. Entry is on, that should be on a while ago. Logo is on. And the cabin lights are on. Okay, let's have a look at our flight plan. We're going from YPPH going to YMMI. Looks like Melbourne with a lowercase l for some reason. Our first waypoint is PH for Perth. It's that one in the Southern Hemisphere. Then our flight plan. It's actually PH there. So Yankee 31. Into Carab. And on page 2 we'll take Yankee 69 to Leonora. And then we're off to YMMI. That's all good. Activate. Performance initialization. Our reserves are quite large because we're actually taking tankering fuel today. Melbourne FSS is in. Awesome. Flight level 290 because we don't have RVSM. And also it's a quadrupuff. It doesn't really climb fast at all. Let's see if I can get this thing printed up. That reserves. Reserve fuel is a fixed reserve of 1.3. Alternate is Kalgoorlie, which takes 1.1, so it'll be 2.4, make it 2.5. Can have a look here. We do need to rush a little bit because we are getting a bit late. Scheduled time to take off was in 3 minutes, so we're not going to make that at all. Fortunately, we've only got miners on board. We still want to be as quick as possible. JTE. There we go. Chuck that in there. I'll go up there. Cool. So there's our fuel. Let's have a look at the winds. Top of climb winds right there. It'll be 295.42. And ISA. It's at the top of climb. It's going to take till bolt to climb. My God, that's forever. +4. Transition is 10,000. Cool. Let's have a chat or listen to the adders first. 1238. This happens with FSinn, it just randomly forgets that I've ever used a headset before.
Not. Have okay. Temperature 2.
So it's playing the automated speaker now.
020. First
And
contact with Perth ground door approach. Notify receipt of information, Bravo. Perth terminal information, Bravo. Expect ILS approach. Runway 21. Wind 220, degree 11 knots. Maximum crosswind 4 knots. Have okay. Temperature 2. QNH 1020. On first contact with Perth ground door approach, notify receipt of information, Bravo. Perth terminal information, Bravo. Expect ILS approach. Runway 21. Wind 220, degree 11 knots. Maximum crosswind 4 knots.
Cool. As you can see, we have some problems with our way that the MCP is really slow to move its digits. I know that will be assigned 6,000 and we'll eventually get told to climb to flight level 1 again. Probably 250 firstly and then 290 after that. Cool. Let's have a look. We'll be using reduced takeoff and let's have a look. Yeah, that's right. 46,000 kilograms, flap 18, we flap 24. Cool. It's doable. Flap 24. We don't have much in the way of D rate. 25 degrees sounds about right. Rotation is 132, which will also be the V1. And the V2 safety is 136. And FTO is 195, 205 for the MCP. Look how fast that thing is spinning and look how slow those numbers are turning. 205 is finally, after a long rigmarole, set. Cool, let's have a chat to the tower, 1205. And info Bravo, we are JTE766. Perth Tower, JTX766 requesting clearance to Murrin Murrin.
Just 66 Perth Tower, I think.
That's JetX766 requesting clearance to Murrin Murrin.
JetX766 cleared to Murrin via Amana plan maintain 5,000. Runway 21, Amana 2 departure, squawk 4643, and departure frequencies 132.0.
Alright, cleared to Murrin via Amana 2 departure, runway 21, and initial climb 6000, squawk code 4643, and departure 1230.
JetX766.
Gold, Amana 2, runway 21, set. Got the Perth one. There we go.
Perth Tower, a very good evening for you. KLM 154, request radio check. KLM 154, Reggie Vatpac. That's right, copy KLM 154.
Okay, just need to check a thing with this scenery because I'm not sure if we have all the taxiways. Oh, we do have all the taxiways. Awesome.
KLM 154, request clearance to Amsterdam Asphalt. We have information Charlie on board.
Cool, departure has been set, checking on the legs. And it hasn't been set because somehow I didn't click the execute, I think. No, I have. Surely not. That's not right. Select, execute. That's more like it.
KLM 154.
Comes after Amana. Carib. Cool. So
KLM
through the
154,
departure.
did you copy clearance?
Just going to drop the radio for a sec. Alrighty, so coming out of runway 21, we'll need to be taxiing northbound, probably along apron taxiway to Bravo, up on the Whiskey and Takeoff. We've got a flap 24 takeoff, so we've got the lower V speeds. Got a 3,444 foot long runway, we'll probably be rotating somewhere around the Alpha 7 mark. Cool. And our gate number is 22. After departure, we're down to Navy, and that's correct. After Navy, we make a left-hand turn up to Bamel, crossing Bamel above 8,000, then Helena above flight level 120, and then direct to Amana. Vpilot, we have 240 set, seems good to me. And up the top, I want 280 knots with a Mach 0.70. I might even go quicker than that. Let's do Mach 0.73. And we'll adjust as we need when we get there. It's going to be 250 knots most of the way up. And I'm ready for a tack list. Yeah, full start checklist, safety checks complete, brakes are set, hydraulics all off. Actually, that's the straight out before start, isn't it? Cool. Lights and notices, striking the seatbelt sign. Lights are ready for departure. Air conditioning is set, although we need to drop the packs once we're ready to start engines. AC power is set, doors, windows, and the V-speeds. Okay, the V-speeds have been set, trims not yet, and doors are still open, I do believe. Let's have a chat to the packs. Oh yeah, that's right, those things that way. Really? As and gents, this is the Captain speaking. My name is Trent, and joining me on the flight will be YouTube. We'll be flying over to worksite Murrin Murrin today, and we'll be departing shortly. Cabin crew, please close doors and prepare the cabin for departure. Pretty short and to the point, these guys didn't pay for their own tickets. They've been chucked out on this aeroplane because they're going to work for a large period of days, and they'll be flown back home once they're finished. Going to work on the, can't remember what kind of mine Murrin is. I know there's gold mines out there, but mine. Narrow resource, joint venture, nickel and cobalt. Anyhow, our doors are assumedly about to be closed. There we go. It's all good over there too. And we can grab a push. Before we do that, we need to set a transponders, and unfortunately can't do it in the virtual cockpit because whatever. 4643 is set, and the transponder can go on as well. Cool. Push back, and we nose to the right. Perth Tower, JetX 766 is ready for launch.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Joining in with Bravo. Perth Tower, JetX 766 with information Bravo, gate 22, ready for push.
JetX 766, please.
Push approved, JetX 766.
Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Okay, we are starting. Beacon is on. PAX and APU are off. And APU air is off. And engine ADIS on for the engine that we're starting. Alright. Brake fans off. AC pumps are off. Fuel pumps are on already. Start panel. Start master is set. We'll be starting engine 4 first. And transponder is set to standby. Alrighty, engine 4, anti-ice full, and we can start. Maybe a single ignition can help. Engine start, set. %, on the N2, engine 4 set to run. Engine 4 is a special engine that gets to do things that the other engines don't do.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set. Good start on engine 4. Okay, we'll go 1, 2 and 3. Engine 1 set, anti-ice on 1
KLM
set.
154 is fully ready for push and start.
Into is rising.
KLM 154 push approved. Good shot of KLM 154.
200%. Engine 1 set.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
Just checking that, yep, active sky is running. It's just that the sky up there is unusually clear.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Got a good start on engine 1. Chuck in the generator 4 and generator 1. Very good. So, engine number 2. Anti-ice set. And we can start. There's 20. Engine number 2 set to run. Tiny little 90-seat 4-engined aeroplane. Go, anti-ice is off from number 2, and we can go on for number 3. 3 set. %, and engine number 3. All set to idle. And just checking the overhead. Pumps are all in automatic. And engine 3, good start. Master start switch is off. Trip up here, packs back in. APU air bleed back on. Engine 4, air bleed is on. Wing lights are on. And that's run a checklist. APU remains on for the takeoff. Half start checks. Start panel is set. Engine anti-ice is not required. Generators are on. 1 and 4. External AC is off. Brake fans are not required. Hydraulics are on and have been checked. I'm going to stop checking again. Yep, we're all good there. Heaters. Let's see, pilot heat. Is set. Is windscreen light on? Yeah, it is. That's it up there. Ice protection heaters. Speeds are set. We have the V1 speed of, what is it, 132 rotation and 136 on the V2. And the one that has been set for 92. APU and engine air are set. Engine 4 and APU bleed is on. PAX cabin air is on. For takeoff brakes, flaps, so I'll go flaps 24. Flight instruments and trim. Set the trim first. And that's in the takeoff range now. Check these. Cool. Just got to pull the speed brake to see what happens. All good there. TRP is set for reduced takeoff. Engine air is on, APU air is on, packs are on, and that's that one. Missed it. Cool. Continuous ignition is set, controls have been checked, NWS is set, auto throttle is armed, flight director is on, and we won't have a landing light set, but we will go into taxi lights, and we're ready for taxi. Perth Tower, JetX 766 is at gate 22 on the apron taxiway facing northbound. Information Bravo, ready for taxi.
JetX 6, can we let taxi via Hotel 3 onto Bravo and at the whiskey holding point.
Hotel 3 Bravo and report whiskey holding point, JetX 766. Good for taxi. That's a roll.
Perth Tower, KLM 154, also ready for taxi.
Parking brakes are off.
KLM 154, taxi by Sierra, cleared across runway 24, Charlie to the whiskey holding point, runway 21. KLM 154, taxi over Sierra, cleared to cross runway 24, and Charlie and whiskey, or runway 21, KLM 154.
Yes, KLM is that one over there. What do you reckon? 777? Yeah, 777, he's got the LR. Even though KLM don't fly the LR. It's pretty. Otherwise he would have been in full livery. The good thing though is that I'm using FSinn. So I can turn into a 77W and write in KLM. Hit the apply button. And magically he turns into a blue one. There we go. That's something that Vpilot can't do. On to Bravo. Seat the crew. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Transponder is on. Like GPS is a thing. Five things. Let's get some lights on. Run an extension light and the strobe is on. It's a hard one to get that switch. It's right above the first officer's head. Just run a checklist before we go. Before takeoff has actually been completed, hasn't it? Just run it. Just make sure brakes are checked, flaps are set, fire systems are checked, takeoff, trim is set for takeoff, config has been checked for flaps 24. Since ignition is set, controls have been checked, NWS is set, auto throttle is armed, and landing lights. We'll get them on once we have a clearance. Before takeoff check complete. Perth Tower, JetX 766, ready at runway 21. Nothing on approach.
JetX 766, runway 21, clears for takeoff. Contact Melbourne Centre 123.95, 171.
123.95 knots airborne, runway 21 clear for takeoff, JX 766. 23905. It's in the semi. And let's go. Ready to the 777. Sight scenery offset there.
Hold on.
And then we've got the runway heading out to it. Will probably take a few minutes of winding and stuff to get that out to the heading. Almost there, it has to be 190, 192 or whatever it was. That's probably good enough, let's roll. Take off thrust. Takeoff thrust set. Speed alive.
80 knots.
Check.
Helen 154, I was pretty close.
Rotate.
Rotate.
LM 154, line up runway 2.
Positive wing. Gear up.
Gear up.
Runway 2, 1, LM 154.
Yes sir. Let's go over the departures. Centre. Melbourne Centre, JetX 766 is climbing at 600 feet for 6,000. On the
JetX 766, standby 1.
and renav. There's turn. Okay.
JetX 766, you're identified.
Climb, early turn. I'm not getting any joy out of more speed at the moment. Throttle is mine. After. Let's get a level change. Can't go on a level change, right?
And JetX 766, you can climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, JetX 766. Speed's doing there. Go turn while I was distracted by the speed. Let's go flaps 18. Double change. Auto throttle arm. Not the autopilot.
Qantas 228, descend to 5,000.
Autopilot's in now.
5,000, Qantas 228.
And beat up. And we can take flaps up.
KLM 154, this is Austin 2000.
KLM 154.
Me too.
KLM 154, Melbourne Centre.
KLM 154, go ahead.
Takeoff checks.
KLM 154, identified, decline flight
Gear is
level
up, lights are out.
300.
Flaps 0. Thrust rating panel can be in the climb.
Climb 300, KLM 154.
Max climb is good. Engine air. We are on for all 4. And fuel air is up. Packs are on. And stop the APU. Problems with my thrust right all of a sudden. Check a few things here. On site's at 101. It's on auto throttle with wing nav. Over 60% on the other side. Yeah, I got the message, not on intercept heading, but we are now. Double check up here, that's right, we haven't finished this yet. APU is stopped. Gen goes to engine 1, TR2. Finished winding this all the way up to flight level 290, so I'm going to go is chuck it there, and I've got one of these cool Logitech mice with the massive windy thing that you can just like occasionally spin, and it just keeps spinning. It's like big chunk, go 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 go. Every once in a while you just give it one big slice and it keeps going. Of course, if you do that when you press the space bar, then it goes zooming and then breaks the simulator. I really hope that we don't have this problem in the 787. Can you imagine winding this thing up to flight level 430?
Qantas 228, descend to 4,000. 4,000, Qantas 228.
Same problem there. MH1013 set. We don't have a standby altimeter, hence we don't have RVSM on this airplane. We only have the 2 altimeters. Auto thrust. Let's get some lights off. Landing lights are off. Seatbelt signs are off. Probably light up here, I can turn off too. Logo lights and entry lights. Actually, no, the entry lights are our lights here in the cabin, the cockpit. Wing lights can go off there. Apparently on this aeroplane the cockpit is called the entry. There's our upper climb, all the way over there. Cool.
KLM 154 is located beneath the flight day for about 5 to 10 minutes.
KLM 154, not a problem, sir. One is 228, so you can descend to 3,000.
3,000, one is 228.
And corner is 228, you're clear for the ILS approach runway 21.
Clear the ILS for runway 21, corner is 228.
Cool. Sitting back into the trip already. How long have we got? It's an hour and 6 minutes, so it's not too bad. We are tankering fuel for the entire journey there and back to Perth. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Cool. So the flight here is an hour and 6 minutes to Murrin Murrin, and it'll be about an hour and probably 10 minutes on the way back with the tailwind we've got now. We've got 3 hours and 46 minutes of fuel on board. So that's actually enough to get to Murrin Murrin. There's no holding at Murrin Murrin because we're literally the only aeroplane that will be going there. Because that's how fly in, fly out operations work. It's a mining site. There's no reason for any tourists to be there. The only people that go there are people who work for the company, and they're all in the back of this plane. So basically we'll be flying out to Murrin and flying back. Once we get down to Murrin Murrin, we turn on the APU and we sit there on the APU while we chuck all the passengers out, maybe get some new passengers, and then we fly on back. An hour and 10 minutes. That's what's yeah, when we get into Murrin Murrin, we're going to have 2 hours 25 minutes of fuel remaining. Assume that 10 minutes of those get blasted away into the APU. The APU is only one thing that's using a tiny amount of fuel, whereas the engines are 4 other things, which are also using a tiny amount of fuel, we must admit. And so I've got 2 hours
228, contact Perth Tower now.
2 hours 10 minutes to get back to Perth. It'll take an hour.
Perth Tower,
10 minutes.
125, good night,
So I've
thanks.
got an hour of
Catch
holding.
you next time, Richard. One is 228.
Like half an hour of holding fuel and the 30 minutes of fixed reserve. And we've made an entire trip with one fuel tank. Or one tank of fuel without having to fuel up at Murrin. There's just no point fueling up at Murrin. Fuel's expensive over there. It's hard to get to the place, and there's no need for us to be using their fuel. They've got their own fuel for their own stuff that they need at the mining site. better if we just tanker the fuel out and then fly it back. Of course, that does mean that we're slightly weight limited, but we're not carrying cargo or anything. It's just the guys and the bags that they pack for their weekends. If they need mining equipment out in Murrin Murrin, then they can ferry it out by train. That's how they're getting all the rocks out, all the metal. All the fuel out by the big train. See if we get a picture of these things.
I was gonna Delta Lima radio check.
That's right, road trains as well.
Delta Lima 555.
Roger, Delta Lima, and I'll contact you when I'm entering first airspace.
Delta Delta.
Murrin train, there we go. There's a wiki page about Murrin Murrin. Had some problems with that. $44,600 tons of nickel coming out of the base. Look at what nickel is. Well, that's what nickel looks like. Melting point of 1455 Celsius. Some applications. Anyway, enough about nickel. Let's have a look at our airplane again. Cool. 5,000 feet.
Oh, Miller, good day. Anyone with you passing through 1,800 before we
Go ahead and dump our Perth charts for the moment and grab some
FedEx 781 Melbourne Centre, you're identified. You can climb flight level 290.
Okay, there's two charts available
Flight
for the
level
aerodrome.
290,
INAV 03 and an airport chart. Fortunately, it's going to be all cab okay as we get there. There's no weather station at Murrin. The closest one is Leonora.
781 at your discretion. Cancel assist, turn left track direct to...
Leonora shows wind of 100 at 7 knots. No clouds.
direct to Carib.
24 degrees Celsius and QNH 1025.
Direct to Carib.
Tier 1's the best. You can probably run a circle to land. Yeah, there we go. Circling approach onto runway 03, circle land 21. Come in via the Sierra Charlie waypoint to the initial. Once we get visual, we'll just punch ourselves off to the right hand side of the airfield and fly a left hand circuit. On runway 21 and we vacate almost at the end there. I do believe there's two positions, one that's hooked up to the left hand side of the apron and one that's further off to the right hand side. The right hand side is easy to get into, the left hand side is easy to get out of. With that aeroplane there so we can take our pick, we'll probably go for the one that's easy to get out of. Okay, the circling minimums is 2,300. The elevation of the airfield is 1,500. That's actually less than 1,000 feet. We'll go 2,500. Puts us in, actually might even go higher than that, to make it 3,000 feet. Do the circuit at 3,000 and make the wide circuit, jet circuit. There's no chance at all that we'll be needing to go missed because the visibility and the weather down there is going to be, well, look out the window. It's going to be much like that without the clouds. Just an interesting look down there. We've got a very nice lake that isn't having square blocks. I was having issues with the square block textures on lakes.
FedEx 766, you can contact Melbourne Centre now.
Which there is a fix for. Yes,
34.2.
I do 134.2, JetX 766. Check that's correct or not. Hi there, Servento. Good option to hand me off, but anyway. What have we got here? Cool. L290, we're increasing speed. 280 seems a little bit quick, to be honest. We'll probably pull that back down to about 275. nice margin between us and high speed Buffett. So the Jet X766 flight level 290 tomorrow.
Jet X766, Melbourne Centre, g'day. Maintain flight level 290.
Maintain flight level 290, Jet X766. Chuck in that approach. That's the Zulu 03. So we're going to land off S Charlie. Which I couldn't get, so we'll take it off the other one.
$766, I've got a valid tap for your arrival if you would like that.
Jack 766, yeah, we'll take it.
766, there's no actual tap for your arrival airport. The nearest the closest tap is Leinster, which is approximately 50 nautical miles to the northwest of the field. Winds are currently 080 at 10, Cav OK with a QNH 021.
Got that, and we're picking up Leonora as well, which is about to say.
$766.
Yeah, we'll go direct to the F approach, I guess, and then Y and then nope. Where'd that go? Nowhere. Okay. I'll type it in manually. WU. Oh. There it is. WUIS Charlie. Like that one. Disco. Line. UISI. That should be 3,100. About 180 knots. There it is. That's fine. Once we're at ISI, we'll go pretty much direct to SF, then go visual. ISM for Mike. That's actually missed approach point. Cool, I'm happy to fly that. Top of the 10 coming in range. So about 160 miles, 150 miles away. Other airports, we have Southern Cross over there, actual town called Southern Cross. Population of 762, not even 1,000 people live there. That I haven't actually turned up my sound since I did a reset on my PC. Let's see, yeah, it is loud. Yep, set to 90% at random. Alright, now you guys can hear me properly. Halfway through the flight. Righty, so let's look at our briefing. Actually, let's run a checklist. We'll just make sure we don't have a checklist to run.
And the Melbourne Centre today to the 781 due
completed. Altimeters are set standard. V2 is 3 off.
781 on the base. Climb flyable 290.
Pressurization was fine. Lights are set. Fasten seatbelts. Signs are up.
JX 766 report 10 nautical miles to the south.
So the other thing that we need now, Kevin. Second full JX 766. Something like that. Miles top percent. We'll go 100 miles. And so that JetX 766 is 100 miles top percent.
766.
Brain had to catch up with what my ears heard. Anyway, I've got a altitude, well, say threshold elevation of 1,500 feet. And altitude up to 1,500. Set. So we're under pressurized aeroplane as we come into land. The unlikely event of missed approach. I'll just read that message first. Apparently I'm still under volume. Let's see what happened there. Just pump it up a touch, eh? Don't do that. Nowadays. Got a lot of airplanes around. Gonna assume it's Aussie, that's the most likely culprit. Wouldn't be Emirates. Oh, there's another JetX. He's going to the same place I am. That's not cool. And I'm meant to have 2 aeroplanes coming out here on the same day. Anyway, we'll be gone by then. By the time they come down to us, one assumes. WDG, I'm not even sure what airport that would be. Let's have a look. Darling. Another mine. Single runway, 10 left and 28 right. How does it have a left and right? So look at its chart if we get it. And we do. It's got the actual dirt road that goes out to it marked in there. They must have had some issues with guys lining up on what looks like a 10 right instead of a 10 left. Now this is like 1028. What this left and right stuff's all about. Anyhow, that's Darling. I wonder who flies out there. Is that like code? WDG. Let's go and get ourselves a flight aware of that place. And apparently no one flies out there. How very sad. I don't know if we have it in our scenery, it's just default. Fun little aeroplane, the old quadrupuff. Haven't flown it for a while. I reckon it's been a good couple of years since I put a video up on this aeroplane type. Anyhow, we'll complete the brief. Instead of looking at random airports we're not going to. We have a 2,000 metre long runway, we're not going to use all of it, we're going to come off almost at the end. There's a mining site, 2.5 nautical miles directly south of the aerodrome, which you don't really want to fly over because they do blasting and stuff there. There we go. Blasting op is HJ within the B113 south of the aerodrome. FIA frequency 118.4. And of course, CTAP is 126.8, which will be the next frequency we need. We're the front aircraft of anything going in, so there's no aircraft on the field at the moment, and there's nobody before us coming in, so we should be alone on the CTAP when we get there. Nevertheless, you never know, it might not be. This is Vatsim after all, so someone could pop into existence right there. Once again, to review what we're doing with the approach, we'll be flying inbound via Whiskey. So again, Sierra Charlie, Sierra India, Sierra Foxtrot. Somewhere between India and Foxtrot we should become visual. And we'll just drift off to the right hand side slightly. Join a upwind. No, that's joining straight onto a downwind. Awesome. That's a circling, well, we're not actually going to do circling approach, it's going to enter a proper circuit. Be upwind there, and then to the 3 mile final, something like that, into the runway 21. Circuit height of beam runway should be 1,500 feet above the field, which is 3,000 feet total altitude. Altimeter will be 1021. See, there's something in the Ursa for us. Yeah, that's right. I agree. What's the date today? 13th of April, so I'm not even looking at May yet. Murrin. There it is. And we'll open that up. There's only one Afro and it's at Leonora. You can't even get it on the ground at Murrin, apparently. And there's literally no weather system. Never mind a phone for it. There's literally not one at all. So yeah, pretty basic stuff. We have the Leonora data, so the airfield is close enough to Leonora that they consider it one large airfield. Even though it's more than 50 miles away. Lots of airfields, a lot of them aren't even flown to by RPT, regular public transport. Yeah, let's look at our time frame at Leo. It's not Leo, is it? It's the other one. Oh, it's not giving me times, is it? RT data, maybe? No. Just doesn't do estimates. That sucks. 77 miles.
JX76, when ready, deep flight level 240, recalling.
When we're down at flight level 240, we'll go JetX 766. Technically not as centre as he doesn't really care about us after we leave flight level 240. It's OCTA from there on down.
Are the 316 cyclones available on request?
See. Time currently is 40, we're about 20 minutes out into the circuit pattern, I'd say about 5 minutes in the pattern, and on the ground at 05. Current time is 40. We give him the circuit time.
316 Melbourne Centre.
Flight following your roof ready.
Stop, let me know ready for.
Alright,
There we go. Melbourne Centre JetX 766 leaving flight level 290.
766. JetX 781, have an arrival weather briefing for you if you would like that. JetX 781. 781, I have an arrival briefing request. Go ahead. No, JetX 781. Arrival weather for you is wind 080 at 10. Cover OK with a Q8021. Arrival runway would be runway 03. Report 10 nautical miles opposite. Copy the weather only report 10 nautical miles on descent. JetX 781.
Testing 03. Yeah, I can see that. That means you have to backtrack, but you do have a turnaround point in the middle. Oh no, that's not a turnaround, that's a hangar. Turnaround's right at the end. Okay, cool. Have to go all the way up. Full length, roll out. So the JetX 766, estimate circuit time Murrin on the hour 00.
Just say that again, thanks.
JetX 766 approaching level 240 and we are expecting circuit time at Murrin on the hour, time 00.
JetX 766, thanks. Clear control area on descent. And report on the ground salvage termination.
Gonna leave control there on descent and we'll go JetX 766. Clear to descend. Let's make it 110 to start with. So I'm going to go to the altitudes. Yep. MSA is 3,000 out to 25. $31 out to 25. So 3,000 at 10 miles and 3,100 at 25 miles. Quite cute. It's pretty flat out here, as you can see. Descent, so let's do a descent checklist. Okay, PTU is to be set on. That's done. Landing altitude has been set, and landing flap will be all of it. 33. Here's the VREF. It's the ref there of 127. Current speed 132. I love how 30 degrees is a potential takeoff lap setting on this aeroplane. That would be ridiculous. I like how quiet is up the front of this aeroplane. Loud in the back there. Leo at level 105 and the next one at 46. Let's go down to 4,000. Yeah, why not go down to the MSA? It's 3,100. Set. Okay, since we're descending to an altitude, we'll need the QNH set 1021. That's set. What was the altitude that we're minimizing at? Sorry, it's going to be 3,500, wasn't it? That's easy. I might as well put the actual maneuvers in. It's 2-3. $3,000 feet is actually what we're flying the circuit at. Cool, seatbelt sign needs to go on. They know what that means. I need to talk to anyone. Passengers in the back of the plane are pretty much treating this like your morning commute to work. This aeroplane is a bus or a train. Just happens to go a bit quicker. That's it, it's doing 220 knots for some reason on descent, so not that much quicker. $250 on the way down. Okay. Apparently that's an on or off kind of deal. I expected that. Can't adjust the range from the 10. Okay, Leonora right down there. There's an NDB that's still active on that airport. Not many of them left in Australia. Heck, not even many VLRs left in Australia anymore. See you, Leonora. Next stop, Murrin. Technically Murrin Murrin, because there's two of them. Drag is required. Yeah, it is too. Cool. Let's go outside the airplane for a bit. So when you pull the drag, you open up the speed brake at the back of the airplane. There it goes. Of course that's graduated, so you can pull it all the way up.
That was that Aussie 316, go ahead.
That's enough. Quite an effective little unit.
Aussie 316, star clearance available on request. Go ahead,
Aussie 3. We'll drop over to the CTAF. Traffic Murrin Murrin, JetX 766, regional jet 100 is out of 10,000 feet on descent, 3,100. Estimating circuit time 00 on the hour for runway 03, straight in off the ivap. Alright, so that the, yeah, it's 03 now. Apparently that wind actually moved to 080, runway 03. Once we land, we'll go to the back of the runway, do a backtrack, and we'll vacate off 03. Call on the CTAF, and switch over to Melbourne Centre again, just let them know that on the ground and safe, so they don't need to send out a search and rescue team out to Murrin Murrin. They wouldn't do that straight away. They'd normally call the guys at Murrin Murrin and say, "Hi, there's a aeroplane that was due in there just, what, a few minutes ago? Half an hour ago?" Is it there? Yeah, it's upset the crew. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Righty, so up to the final approach fix at 3,100 and we just send down. I'm happy to just go manual from there. We're obviously visual now, pretty much. Pretty sure that's the runway, or at least Murrin Murrin itself, the mine in sight. Not sure I can quite see the runway yet in doom and gloom, but it's out there somewhere in that spot. Sure, by the time we turn final we'll see it quite well. Might be off that side slightly. I think it's in that complex. Drag requested again. Don't think it needs it. Let's drop. What you looking for? 180 knots, cool. Pop the brake ever so slightly. Three minutes and we should be on final. Thousand feet to go.
Radio altimeter.
Traffic Murrin Murrin, JetX 766, Regional Jet 100 is at approach point India on the RNAV 3. Turning final, runway 03 from 3,100, JetX 766. Speed brake retract. There's a mining site over there. I'll avoid going over it. Got Pappy in sight, all red. Flaps 18. Takes out the slats as well. Yeah, they go. Can hear those babies really well. Go flap 24. Slow nose touch, there we go. Lots of mining stuff going on over there. Quick look at our flaps down. Let's get the gear down as well, eh? Just a bit then to look at it, it's pretty cool when it opens. And you have a fully, almost configured airplane for landing. My airplane. Take throttles as well. It's manual deployment of spoilers and speed brake lights were down. Traffic Murrin Murrin, Takeoff 766, final runway 03. Okay, that one descend too quick, a little low still. There we go, on profile, flaps 33. Go around speed is 160, that's set. Manual speed. Landing checklist, flaps 33, landing down 3 green. Landing checklist is complete. Flight directors can go off. Yes, ever so slightly off course.
1,000.
Configured. I'll wait for the 500 for the stabilised. Coming up. Profile. Okay, there's my approach speed. We're on Pappy. Stabilised.
500.
Continuing approach. There are planes on the field. Runway looks clear of vehicles.
300. Approaching decision height. Minimums.
Landing.
$100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Brakes are in. Cool, we're on the ground. Give it a backtrack. Traffic Murrin Takeoff 766 is backtracking runway 0321. A little bit of dust kicked up there. It's always nice to have high wing airplanes on these kinds of things. Flaps coming up. Man, those things are noisy. It's a slat to the noisy bit. The flaps you can hardly hear. Flaps are in the back of the wing. Taxi light. Grab the APU as well, thanks. APU start. Need to run the APU while we deplane, and we can get back without refueling. Time 05 on the ground. Just make one more broadcast with CTAF once we're vacated. Going at number 1. There's a couple of things that we need to do. Lights are off. Strobe light is off. Traffic Murrin Murrin, Jetx 766 vacated all runways. Over the Melbourne Centre. Go guys at 1. Start 1. Yeah, nah. Get rid of all those silly things. Set revoke. Go away. Don't want any of those things there. Fine. Meant to go through that thing, but whatever. Melbourne Centre, Jetx 766 reporting on the ground at Murrin Murrin and also vacated.
Star Watch, terminated time 1307.5 minutes.
Jetx 766, thanks.